3, 2, 1. We still are a little off.
No, we got it exactly at the same time. Let's do a redo. See? It was the same time.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alexandra.
I'm Angelica.
And welcome to another episode of Talk About It Tuesday, where we talk about all things the arts and the people who live them.
Yes, lurv.
Last week, we told you that we are doing a little mini-series on here of a throwback of all the people we have had over the years, so our new subscribers can get a look at some of the advice that they have given to us. And if you would like to watch any of the episodes of any of these people or all of these people, the playlist is linked down below.
Yeah, we have so many amazing guests who took the time out of their schedule to join us and give advice to our audience. So thank you so much. And thank you to the audience for liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification button, which you should do now if you haven't quite yet.
Yes, if you guys like all things comedy, improvisation, if you like sketch comedy, if you enjoy writing and learning, then you should definitely hit that subscribe button. So thank you, you beautiful creatures, for sticking with us all the way through now. Today we are going to be talking to our writers. We're going to be going through some of the advice that our writers have given us, and we are really excited because, you know, we do the writing as well.
Yeah, and I love the personalities that come through with the writers. I mean, you know, you have to have a lot of crazy things in your head to be able to create a lot of crazy worlds and stories and a lot of information. I love the writers. I'm not biased. I'm very biased.
She's a writer.
I had so much fun with the writers I interviewed, so I hope you guys have fun watching these interviews too.
Yes, so let's take it away to the writers and their wonderful, beautiful, glorious advice.
In terms of getting past the title and actually like working on an arc, it's just it's like pulling teeth. So I will sit down, I'll write for like 2 hours, and I'll get like 10 pages out, and then I'll wait like a month and a half, and then I'll go back and I'll continue again. And then eventually what happens is I'll get to a point where I've gotten so far in the play, I don't remember what the beginning of the play is like. So I have to go back and reread it just so I make sure that I'm still making sense with myself 30 pages later, and like my characters haven't like flipped personalities or anything. And so it's Stephen King in an interview once said that there's two kinds of writers. There's bangers and builders. He decided himself as a banger. So he's somebody, he sits down in front of a typewriter or laptop or whatever, to pop, 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 pop. Boom, he's got 700 pages. And now it's time to go through those 700 pages, call out what's bad, see what works, see what doesn't. And other people are builders, where you write a few pages and you go back and you meticulously edit those pages. So it's more like bricklaying. So I've got to make sure that as I'm building the play, it's a solid foundation as I go up, which, you know, you're still going to have to go back and blow stuff up. So that makes it a little more difficult when you do have to go back and you're like, oh, I worked these 2 lines for so long, and I'm just going to have to boom.
Yeah.
So that's the painful part. I haven't to quite that level yet, but I've certainly tried, you know, in learning, like, okay, I'm going to be a little more daring. I'm going to try to, you know, stop thinking so much with an Excel spreadsheet in the negatives. I'm just going to write the play because that's my job.
With that, no. I'd have just Post-its falling. It'd be like just a waterfall of Post-its and me on the floor. Why? Yeah, no.
But that's kind of what happened to my mom. There were all these Post-its everywhere, and she had all these ideas, and then it was like she couldn't write. It was like like she was too afraid. She would like let the Post-its down or something. I don't know. It was just like she'd done all this work to, you know, make this idea, and then she kind of lost the oomph behind it, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't think that's true for everyone. I think some people really need to have things scheduled out. But I think sometimes you overwhelm yourself, right? Like you get an idea and then you plan it out, like, oh, it's going to be perfect. And then this scene will happen and then that scene will happen. And then you kind of get into it, and either it's not as exciting or it's not working out how you want it to. And then you let it go because it's not what you thought it was going to be. So
yeah,
I don't know. I try to hold very low expectations of every play that I start, so that way I'll be pleasantly surprised if it turns out okay. So the way I got into doing development work and fundraising is I was writing plays in London, and someone said, "Oh, well, you write plays. I'm sure you could write a grant." I started grant writing.
Nice.
15 years later, and I think there's something to be said, like grant writing is crafting a story, in many ways, right? It's telling a story about like a program or a project or a facility that needs something, and here's why they need it, and here's how you can help, and here's the outcome, and here's how we're going to get there. And so I think kind of having that like sort of storytelling narrative has definitely helped in the real world of sorts. I think also I told this to a faculty member a while back. She was really concerned about that we weren't going to make this grant deadline. And I told her, I was like, well, I'm a theater major and the show must go on. So it doesn't matter if it's, 20 minutes until curtain is up. We are painting that set and we are, gluing the props together, and whatever needs to happen, it will happen. And so she seemed to like that. She was like, oh, okay. So there are certainly like skills I feel like that I've taken from my theater life.
More than a taco
to me.